history. And tonight in 2019, Zach Wilson is hoping to have one of those moments.
Yeah, and if he does, it'll be a highlight to his early career that would definitely be a defining moment. You know, this is a path that he never envisioned going down when he was a kid cheering for the U.
Zach, for starters, the official close of fall camp, even though things are going to keep motoring through for the next week, how do you feel like this team has grown and maybe changed in these last few weeks?
Yeah, I think we've taken big strides as a team. I think everyone's, starting to come together. Those connections are all there, and so, I'm proud of the strides we've taken. I think the offense is going to look solid this year, and overall as a team, I think we're going to look really good.
Obviously, we know, growing up, you grew up more of a fan of Utah. What did you know about the traditions of LaVell Edwards and BYU football prior to coming?
Yeah, it was just a big game. I mean, I know it was a game, everyone got pumped about. I remember elementary, middle school, guys were always talking about who's going to win the game, and months before the game's even there, everyone's always, Utah's going to win, BYU's going to win, and so, it goes back and forth.
Was it ever intense for you guys from a fan side? Did it get, kind of to an intense level?
Yeah, I mean, it was never crazy for me, but, sitting at Utah games and when I was younger, tons of people take it so seriously. You see guys screaming at players, and I learned that last year being on the field. I had tons of people screaming at me, and I think it's just good. It's just a lot of fun, though.
How does it differ as a player then? I mean, is there a certain level of intensity, maybe a different level compared to what the fans are feeling?
Play fake for Wilson, a deep drop, goes for the back right pylon of the end zone. He's got a touchdown to Neil Pau.
Yeah, it's a lot different. I just remember, walking out on the field, and you see all the fans, you hear all the fans, and you feel that intenseness, and once the game starts, it's just 22 guys on the field. Everything else gets blocked off, and it's kind of that white noise that starts to come through, and the feel is so much different. I mean, after the game, thinking about where I was sitting and seeing other quarterbacks from Pac-12 schools playing against Utah, and then all of a sudden putting myself in their shoes, it's weird to see how those two had matched up.
And considering that this is the first game of the year, it's never been that way in this rivalry where the two teams are beginning the season against each other. Has that changed the way you're approaching? And maybe it doesn't change the way you approach, but maybe the mindset of this whole entire fall camp, knowing that first game is possibly the biggest.
Yeah, I mean, I think we should approach every game the exact same. I mean, no matter who the opponent is. I think it's cool that we play a team like Utah first, just because it kind of gets to show who's prepared, who's done what they're supposed to be doing this whole offseason. And obviously first game of the year, it's always a mix-up, right? You never know what's going to happen. There's penalties, there's cheap shots, there's MAs all over the field, and so it's kind of one of those things like who's prepared the best.
Do you remember, watching the game growing up, do you remember the last time BYU won this game, or has it been too long?
I don't remember exactly when it was. I do remember the Harleen throwback, though, back to Harleen. I can't put a name on when it exactly was, though.
So is there any added pressure, considering it's been such a long time for this team to end that streak?
Yeah, I don't know if there's any pressure. I think the streak falls back on all the last BYU teams, but the streak's not on our team. This team is different than last year's team and the year before, and so every single year we got a new team, and so I don't think that streak really puts any pressure on us. We're going to go out and do what we know and do what we've been practicing for these past couple weeks and months and all it is, and we're going to take it just like a normal game. We're going to prepare and we're going to be ready.
And we know obviously you want to win this game. How bad do you want to win it for the senior class? A team, these guys that are going out that haven't had a chance to beat you.
Yeah, I think it's good. A lot of our best players are seniors on this team, and we need some of those guys, and I know they're going to give it their all, and I think we owe it to them to give it our all as well.
So finally, just when you guys are here on August 29th, I mean, not only as a team, but you personally, what do you feel like you have to do if this team is going to win that game?
Yeah, just play in the offense, and one of those things is we got to execute all together. I think if I do my job, the O-line does their job, receivers do their job, it's going to take care of itself. And I think we all have that one brick that builds the wall, and so all of us kind of do our jobs together, and it will be good.